local with coverage you can count on. This is WNEMTV5 Wake Up.
Hey, thanks for waking up with us on this Saturday morning. I'm Blake Keller. We've got a lot of ground to cover this morning, but first, meteorologist John Gross is joining us live with a look at the forecast. Hey, good morning, John.
Hey, good morning, Blake. Good morning, everybody at home. Yeah, we got a little bit of a busy weekend setting up here across mid-Michigan with the heat for today, tomorrow, and storm chances, especially as we go into the overnight period tonight. Current temperatures out the door this morning, getting to go in this early Saturday. We've got upper 60s and lower 70s across the board, 73 in Mount Pleasant, 70 right now in Saginaw. Humidity is going to be another thing for today. We'll be seeing dew points rise into the upper 60s, near 70s, so definitely going to be feeling that as you're outside for today, as well as the heat across mid-Michigan. Live First Warn 5 pinpoint Doppler radar from MBS shows that we're all in good shape for this morning. Plenty of sunshine to go around. However, as we broaden the view here on the Sky Tracker, we're watching two clusters of some showers and thunderstorms. One over towards Wisconsin, the UP of Michigan. This will be looking to move north of mid-Michigan as we go throughout today. It's the cluster over towards the Dakotas. That's what we're going to be watching along a cold front. That looks to arrive later on into the overnight period tonight. Because of that, the Storm Prediction Center does have a marginal risk for severe weather overnight tonight into your Sunday morning. And main threats from these storms will look to be damaging winds, some heavy rain, and possibly some hail. We'll have to watch that closely as we go into the overnight period tonight. For today, looking mainly dry, pop-up shower not out of the question later on this afternoon, but temperatures into the lower 90s with heat indices near 100 later on this afternoon. We'll track out those storm chances coming up in your full forecast in just a little bit. Blake.
When you see something that is not right, something that is not fair, something that is not just, you have a moral obligation to say something, to do something.
Now we begin with some breaking news overnight. Civil rights icon and Georgia Congressman John Lewis has died. Lewis served 33 years in the U.S. House of Representatives and was a towering figure in the civil rights movement who helped change history. This morning, Skylar Henry gives us a look back at Lewis's life and legacy.
Congressman John Lewis dedicated his life to civil rights and nonviolent activism.
Your voice is your vote.
Lewis was a trusted friend of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. As one of the original freedom riders, he suffered severe beatings while challenging segregation laws. When the Civil Rights Act of 1964 met resistance in the South, Lewis and Hosea Williams led hundreds of black voters on a 54-mile march from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama.
When we were marching across that bridge, just simple saying people wanted to register to vote, wanted to participate in the democratic process.
The marchers got as far as the foot of the Edmund Pettus Bridge.
Turn around and disperse.
And they came toward us, beating us with nightsticks, using tear gas and trampling us with horses.
That day went down in history as Bloody Sunday. 2 weeks later, Lewis and hundreds more, including Dr. King, completed the march to Montgomery. Lewis was born near Troy, Alabama in 1940. He attended American Baptist Theological Seminary and later graduated from Fisk University in Nashville with degrees in religion and philosophy. He was elected chairman of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee in 1963.
I wanted to make a contribution. I didn't like the signs that said white only, colored only.
At 23, Lewis was the youngest speaker at the March on Washington, where Dr. King delivered his I Have a Dream speech. His passion for people and racial reconciliation brought him to the halls of Congress.
I'm John Lewis, running for Congress.
Lewis won Georgia's 5th District congressional seat in 1986.
Yes, I'm proud to be a liberal Democrat. I stand with the people.
He received numerous awards throughout his life, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Congressman Lewis and President Barack Obama led thousands across the Edmund Pettus Bridge to commemorate the 50th anniversary of Bloody Sunday in 2015. But he clashed with President Obama's successor, boycotting President Donald Trump's inauguration. And on the 50th anniversary of Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination, Lewis asked Americans to step up.
When you see something that is not right, something that is not fair, something that is not just, you have a moral obligation to say something, to do something.
A principle he lived by. earning his reputation as the conscience of the U.S. Congress. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Washington.
And Lewis was also an author. His latest work was a series of comic books called March, which told the story of Lewis's life and his fight for equal rights. Well, the United States could see more than 157,000 deaths due to coronavirus by the end of the first week of August. Now, that's from the new ensemble forecast released by the CDC. The prediction gives a range of nearly 150,000 deaths to up to more than 168,000. The CDC predicts states in the coming weeks to record higher numbers of deaths include Arizona, Florida, Oklahoma, and Texas. As of last night, there have been more than 139,000 deaths from COVID-19 in the U.S. In Michigan, as new cases of COVID-19 remain high, Governor Gretchen Whitmer is strengthening the state's mask mandate. The new order signed by the governor clarifies that businesses may not assume that an unmasked customer cannot medically tolerate a mask, but they can accept a customer